All right, fellas, let's move over to a pretty bizarre story out of New York. The Knicks are once again in the news for all the wrong reasons, this time in a feud with longtime superfan Spike Lee. The filmmaker has declared that he will no longer attend Knicks games after being denied entry to the arena via the employee entry that Lee has used for decades. The Knicks made a statement saying they want him to use the VIP entrance on the other side of the arena. And then, of course, he is still welcome to attend. So tell us, Drink, whose side are you on in all this, Spike Lee's or the Knicks?
Well, let's cut to the chase. Let's go ahead and cut the fat off here. I'm on Spike Lee, but let me give full context to that. I don't think the intro did it justice. His biggest gripe was this, and I can understand that. If I spent $10 million on my tickets over a 28-year span, I gave your franchise 10. Yo, you best believe I'm gonna have a say so about how I come into the arena. Neither here nor there. What he said was, if I come in, you scan my ticket through the employee's entry. Evidently, Madison Square Garden is the type of arena that if you go in and your ticket is scanned, you cannot come back out, meaning you cannot re-enter. So he was explaining, listen, okay, but I'm not going back out. You're not going to tell me to go, because the entrance for the employees is on 31st Street and the VIP entrance is on 33rd Street. So he was saying, I'm not going to go out, walk back around, and then you're going to hit me with the razzle-dazzle 2-foot when I get over there and say, hey, Mr. Lee, your ticket has already been scanned. So I don't know. We got to figure this out. Now, instead of him being inside the arena, now he's dealing with the same thing outside the arena. So that's why he had a problem at that exact time. Now, through the longevity of the situation, it's like this. Spike feels as if, why would you do a guy that's been loyal to your franchise like this? I have never said anything bad about the Knicks, even though the last banner you to put up is 1972, 1973. All right, that's the last banner you to hung up. I've never said anything bad about the Dolans, whether that's the dad or the current owner. Never said anything bad. Don't talk about the players. All I've ever done is sit in my same spot. Oh, by the way, which I didn't become a floor seat ticket buyer until 1993. So I just sat in my same spot. I didn't complain. I don't cause a ruckus. All I do is show you my love, passion, and just respect for this team. Been coming to these games since the 80s. Spike Lee was coming in, he was sneaking into the games with his dad back in the 80s. Now he's been blessed enough with enough money to be able to afford, courtside tickets. And then how you tell me that I got to change something that I've been doing for 28 years is you get the security. Hey, Mr. Lee, we got to talk to you for a minute. Talk to me about what? We need you to go around. Well, why? Oh, we just were told to tell you that. Why was you told to tell me that? And then they worked it out. Kudos to the security. They did. I thought they did their job well, because when you dealing with an irate superstar and the number one Knicks fan, the face of the New York Knicks, the most popular guy probably since Patrick Ewing been drafted to the doggone franchise, they handle it. They say, okay, here's what we'll do, Mr. Lee. We'll take you to the 6th floor, and then we'll walk you to your seat. And, we should be, that should work out. No harm, no foul. Spike say, okay, cool, no big deal. Let's do it. He gets to his seat. He's doing what he normally do. And then here comes James Dolan at halftime. He comes over, and he says, hey, we need to talk. What Spike Lee say? Talk about what? What do we need to talk about? He's like, you know what we need to talk about. He's like, what is this about? Like, why are we going through this? He's like, why couldn't you, talk? What notification did you give me? What heads up did you give me to say that I couldn't come through the employees' interest anymore? Dolan says, I'm giving you the notice right now. No. You ain't coming to me spicy like that. I'm not no random, dude in the nosebleeds that spent $35 for his ticket. I'm $10 million in. You ain't, are you telling me right now? No. I'm Spike Lee. When the last time somebody seen a Knicks home game without Spike Lee being there. Ask Reggie Miller. Ask Patrick Ewing. Ask all that. Either way, you're going to put some respect on my name. I don't care. Like, okay, that's cool. You can handle it the way you want to handle it. So, evidently, they shook hands half-heartedly. I'm a little iffy about that. The handshake looked a little suspicious. And just as well as the guys on Undisputed, First Take, First Thing First, Colin Cowherd, all these Speak for Yourself. I done watched all these shows and they came to the same exact conclusion. I don't know about this press conference that the Knicks released. I don't know. It's looking a little suspicious. First of all, they used the word laughable. What is this, a text message? We arguing over the text message? You want to say that's not what you even sent out in a press conference. Like, it ain't nothing laughable about it because you're a franchise that like to kick out your Hall of Fame players. You're a franchise that want to kick players off for telling you to sell the team. You know what I'm saying? You the pettiest rich billionaire I've ever seen in my life, but you want to release a press conference or the Knicks release a press conference that say this is laughable. It ain't nothing. This ain't funny. Spike Lee didn't laugh not one time when he was explaining this. This ain't funny. Now your number one fan, your number one devoted person that come to these sorry, pathetic, put together games. Now he's done. So this is ridiculous. And what Spike said that really kind of resonated to me was this. Do you ever think you'll watch a Lakers game and they treat Jack Nicholson like this? Or watch a Toronto game and they'll treat Drake like this? And I'm the first one to tell you, Drake be pulling some stuff where he might need to be escorted out of the arena. And they still don't bother him. He massaging coaches. He in other players' face, whispering and talking and barking and doing this. He here pulling crap in the NBA finals on the court. That should be a technical. And guess what? Drake still got his same spot. Drake ain't been escorted out of the game yet. However, you treat Spike Lee like this, a dude that been like down with you for 28 years, you ain't even gave him nothing to chill for. And then you gonna kick him out like this? Like, the man is wondering if he's gonna die before the franchise win a championship. Is if his son is gonna die before he win a championship. His son 24. He think he's gonna die before they win a championship. And you treat it's utterly ridiculous to me. I bet you Billy Crystal ain't getting kicked out of Clippers games. And I don't know how much money he done paid for his tickets. This is ridiculous. For anyone to think it's all right to treat somebody like that has been that devoted, the man, to this day, he has still not said anything bad about James Dolan. He had refused to say anything bad about the Knicks or James Dolan. Me, on the other hand, I would have wore him up and down on every platform I've showed my face. He would have got destroyed. But Spike Lee is a man of so much honor. He's like, I'm not here to blast him. I'm here to just I'm trying to get an understanding of why would you do me like that? What did I do to deserve to be done like that? All I've ever done was love this team with all my heart. So now this is how you return the love that I've shown you, the respect I've shown you by kicking me out. So this is utterly ridiculous. But this is just another sideshow of the Knicks. And I think this is James Dolan saying, kind of, what are you going to do, Adam Silver? You going to come out here and discipline me? I'm going to keep running roughshod until the end. Like, he don't even care that he's doing this. You know what I'm saying? He's hurting the NBA image with doing crap like this. Because, I mind you, that game, as you got it, 25-23, the Rockets won. But it was the fans was on their feet because R.J. Barrett had a breakout performance. You almost beat a very good Western Conference contender. It was a game where the fans was actually into the game. Once again, like most things that we talk about on here, everything gets overshadowed by some nonsense towards the end of the game or the halftime. That, oh my God, Spike Lee, I'm so sorry that he come through the employees' entry, which I found out from the lovely Miss Jenna Wolf, the host for First Things First. She said she was an employee for the Knicks 2 years in a 2-year span. And she said, listen, the VIP interest is all the way better than the employee's interest. I don't know why, but that's just maybe his routine. That's his good luck charm. I don't know. And if it's a good luck charm, yeah, I got it. But she said she don't know why he likes that interest because the VIP interest is better. You have servers there. You have all these these other amenities that's there. But he's an old-fashioned guy. If you haven't noticed, Spike Lee looked like the same dude that was going to games back in the 90s, early 90s, the 80s. He got same glasses, same beanie, he's just an old-fashioned guy. He hasn't changed that way of how he do things. He's just a fan. So, yeah, man, I'm with Spike Lee. I think the Knicks just another, hash on them. But hey, when your franchise is the most valuable, most profitable franchise in sports history right now, $4.4 billion, they make more than the Lakers, more than the Cowboys. The only franchise that make more money than them right now is the soccer teams. There's 2 soccer teams that make more money than the Knicks. I don't know how, but they do. So I guess that's how you treat your number one fan. But I think something's going to come out of this that should give the Knicks a kick in the butt.
I'm going to come at this from the left field foul pole, so just bear with me. It was a couple weeks ago, the NBA trade deadline, where the Golden State Warriors and Minnesota Timberwolves made a trade. Andrew Wiggins, D'Angelo Russell. That was about the sum of it. At the time, I was a big supporter of the Andrew Wiggins side of it, but at the end of the day, I thought it was a good trade for both teams. The Wolves get a all-star caliber player who can run that team. You pair him with Cat, and of course, Wiggins is going to help Golden State next year. It was one of those win-win situations. I'm on no one side in this. This is a classic lose-lose scenario. Think about this. The New York Knicks on Monday night, the night in question, the night on the scene of the crime at MSG. Look at the schedule. Their win against the Houston Rockets, best win of the season, hands down. They got a couple other ones sprinkled in there. They got the Pacers one time. They got the Heat. But you're thinking about how the Rockets have been playing recently with small ball. I don't think it works playoff time, but right now it's looking pretty good in the regular season. And the Knicks got them. Best win of the season. Also, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, first day of business for the new president of basketball operations, Leon Rose. So you got a couple things kicking. You got a good win. You've went the agent route. What the Warriors have went that way with Bob Myers, the Lakers with Rob Pelinka. And maybe we look at basketball operations. We give it to an agent. See if we have some success like those other teams. Though either of those two things would have been fine. That would have the Knicks. Let's give a little positive PR today. Nope, can't even do it. We gotta the timing of the Knicks and the timing of James Dolan is just impeccable. You actually got a couple of good nuggets that we could discuss for your team. Somehow the most valuable NBA franchise, and we stuck with this nonsense. This is just so ridiculous. It's amazing how this has became such a big story, because when it all boils down to something really simple, the New York Knicks, I guess they've all of a sudden decided to enforce the policy where only employees can enter the employee entrance. Spike Lee, I get it. Number one fan, same seats for 28 years, sneaking in the games back in the day, all this stuff. Used to come to the games with his dad back when the Knicks were, some kind of good, and they hung a couple banners. Now, all of a sudden, the Knicks said, hey, we want to enforce this policy. Spike, you've been coming in the back door all these years. Come in the front door now. Now, obviously, the way the New York Knicks handled this is all types of questionable. After he's already entered the arena and he's scanned his ticket, and you're absolutely right. I've been to sporting events, several different places. And yeah, every arena you go in, you get scanned, and they say, hey, no re-entry. Like, you leave, you can't come back in. So, got it. So, obviously, they tell them that, like, hey, no, now you got to re-enter. No, that's ridiculous. But, I mean, I've learned that really, at the grand scheme of things, when you boil it down, there's only two things you can control: how you act and how you react to how other people act. I mean, the reaction of Spike Lee is so disproportionate to the problem. Like, I get it. You're upset. You've been doing this thing for 28 years. You didn't get any notification, which I think that's absolutely egregious. I don't see what the problem is, how you can't just notify the man who the Knicks got to know. Like, Spike Lee knows the Knicks staff. He knows the security. He knows everybody in there. How could no one tip him off and say, hey, Spike.
Stop him before he scanned his ticket. Before he scanned his ticket. Do something.
The Knicks obviously, they could have done better in this situation. But But I mean, on the other hand, it's so simple of something to fix. And at the end of the day, he didn't get kicked out of the arena like Charles Oakley did. He got to his seat, and I'm sure he ended up enjoying himself because they got a win finally of some sort of substance. And then all of a sudden, you come up on First Take and you whining about it, and this is your last straw. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. I can't enter the entrance. I've been entering all this stuff. Now, I don't want to enter that entrance, the VIPs. And that's your reasoning for stopping supporting the Knicks now? Not the substandard product you've been watching for years? You talk about the money Spike Lee has spent on them courtside seats, and they actually added it up on First Take, I think. And then he actually, man, I look stupid now, don't I? I mean, you said it not big, but I would tell you, Spike Lee spending that much money on courtside tickets for all these years for that inferior product, that is the equivalent of me going to the ATM, pulling out 100 and just coming home and just sticking it through the shredder. What a complete waste. And I'm telling you, Spike Lee, you talk about number one fan of the New York Knicks and the influence this has, because I want to actually we got to move forward with this. We don't need to get stuck on this little dust up between James Dolan and somebody of prominence at the Garden. We know what the problem is with the New York Knicks. We've seen enough general managers and executives come and go. We've seen coaches come and go. They can't get the players. Somehow you got some freaking frack up there to start the season whispering in, hey, James, yeah, we got the players. We need to be competitive. No, you're not. You stink. We pulled up the roster. Everybody else knew you stunk. Then you're trying to sell this guy this nonsense. You get David Fizdale. You drive over him. Then you back over him. We knew he was gone. Several weeks later, he was gone. And the point is that there's no doubt James Dolan is the problem. The Knicks are an inferior franchise. They put out a substandard product. They're committing robbery every time they charge people tickets. And Spike Lee, what he should have done, his real purpose, instead of complaining about this foolishness, he should have went on First Take and said, he should have looked right at the camera and said, I'm employing all Knicks fans. I'm leading a boycott of New York Knicks games. We will not support the New York Knicks anymore until James Dolan sells this team. I don't like the commissioner. You bring up Adam Silver. I don't like when the commissioner steps in on stuff like this. I don't think the commissioner should do that. But New Yorkers, they can do this. And you know what? There's a team not far away that they can go see. You can still wear your Knicks gear. You don't have to stop being a Knicks fan. But there's another arena you can go see some real basketball. Go see the Nets. I mean, they right there. But think about that. Think about New York Knicks fans going to Brooklyn games. Think about the pressure that would put on James Dolan. I'm dead serious. And I feel sorry for the players, the current Knicks players, because it's not their fault. This is not on them. And you notice, we don't even talk about the Knicks players today, because we know they don't have a chance. They don't have a chance. The only thing Phil Jackson did right is draft Porzingis, and then eventually he gets sick and tired of the garbage because you can't give him nobody else he can work with. So he ended up pulling the power play, and he get out of there. And now you're back to square one, and you're starting over again. But hey, dead serious, Spike Lee, he said he's done with going to Knicks games. Why not everybody else? Lead a boycott. No one should come to Knicks games anymore until James Dolan sells the team, because that's the reason he won't sell it. People still coming. They still patronizing the product and paying their hard-earned dollars. Stop doing it. That'll force his hand.
Hold on, before you jump on, I just want to say this. To that point, I do agree. But like I said, Spike Lee has shown that he's not gonna bash the Knicks. Like his goal is not to bash.
Maybe that's the problem.
And might be the problem. Some of us got more. We don't want to bash everybody. But like the thing is, like he's not gonna. Now I don't disagree with if someone else wanted to come out and said. Spike Lee just made it very, very clear he's not gonna do it because he really has his heart invested into the team. But I do agree. If Stephen A. Smith, hey, that's what he good for. Stephen A., get on there and start a boycott. Knicks stink. Get him out of there. He'll do it. He don't mind doing it. But I definitely agree. I don't know about showing up the Brooklyn thing. Hey, maybe whatever. That might start a riot. You might get smoked out there, get your boots smoked. I don't know. But I do agree. Nothing talks to these billionaires but dollar bills. So I definitely agree. The only way to get rid of this nonsense is to, you know, let them know you're not going to be a paying fan no more. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I don't even think it matters if you don't go to the games. I'm going to tell you why. Because they still got TV rights. The Knicks got to make most of their money off TV rights. It ain't people showing up to the game. It's mostly TV rights.
Yeah,
so,
and to that point, real quick, Spike Lee should say, in addition to not going to the games, we won't watch the games. We will have no association with this product. Why would you watch? They stink. They can't win. You are wasting your time. You wasting money. I mean, the guy's spending $35 way in the back. At least he's not spending millions. If he had millions, I'm sure he could find something better to spend it on.
What, like the Giants? All right.
I don't know. Get a better place to live. Get a better car. Anything.
Hey, I'll keep it short, man. This segment has gone so far over, but look, I'm a fan of another team that's like this. Can't get it right. Always stepping in the wrong side of PR, blunders, not keeping players, disconnected management, careless owner. Man, I live this crap. I get it. This is just, some of these teams don't understand optics. They don't understand that Spike Lee may not represent every Knicks fan. He represents a lot of Knicks fans. And when you pull some crap on him like this, and the manner in which you pulled it, like, why is that even necessary? One, do we really care what entrance he uses? If there's one person in that building that's earned the right, if you spend $10 million on this dumpster fire, they should carry you into every game like Tyson Fury got carried into his last fight. I mean, you should have banners, music, the whole thing should stop. He should get a courtside entrance like the players do. I mean, come on. But again, I get the team going, hey, man, lawyers run the world nowadays. We can't have you walking in back here. You slip, a pot hits you in the head and knocks you out. We're on the hook for whatever the case is. I don't know and I don't care. But you gotta handle these things better. It doesn't take much. It's so little effort to just have a brain and use a couple brain cells when you make these decisions. And some of these teams, they just don't get it right. And y'all are right, man. Until Dolan decides to dump this team and give it to somebody who cares, you know, he's on the opposite end of what like Jerry Jones is, where he's too involved. Well, Dolan's the opposite. He ain't involved at all. He just comes by to screw with people, I guess. You know, these endless PR missteps, hiring the wrong people, management calling out coaches. This cycle doesn't break until, like y'all said, people quit coming to the games, and this guy gets the message, and he sells the team for billions and billions of dollars. All boo-hoo. You'll only have giant piles of cash from your efforts. I don't know. Sorry, Dolan. That sucks. I just don't. I see his crap all the time. The teams I support, and I feel bad for Knicks fans, man. I really do, because this is nonsense. And every time, like, you get one little win, you get one little shred of hope, and then it just gets crushed, and you're like, it's just, I get it, man. But you got to move on. You got to get better. And
this number right here, somebody's gonna screenshot it. It's gonna be a meme. The pain and anguish on your face right there. It was so real.
It's real. It is real. I feel so bad. I ain't gonna tell you it's gonna get better, Knicks fans. It probably won't, but maybe one day.